Hello everyone, welcome back to Escape Roots Yoga. I'm Jody Scaro. Today we are doing a repeater flow for Vinyasa Monday. So let's get started down in a tabletop position. We're just going to quickly warm up before we move into a repeater flow. When you are ready, begin to arrive mentally, physically on the mat. And let's actually just take a child's pose for a second, just so we can fully kind of get into the space. And I'll just talk for a second about what we're doing here today on the mat. So once you make your way into that kind of restful opening position, begin to draw your awareness to your breath, noticing the belly fill up and the chest fill up, and then everything being emptied from the lungs, from the belly, from the chest. And once you've kind of grounded a little bit, keep your awareness focused on the breath, but maybe allow yourself to set intentions of clarity or finding a flow state today with today's class. So we're going to be repeating the same sequence twice. So once on the right, once on the left, and then on the right and left again. So if it starts to feel a little repetitive, I challenge you to kind of zero in on the movements, on the present moment. And I always find classes like this kind of ease any anxiety I might be feeling when I'm practicing. So hopefully you find some of that today. When you're ready, begin to draw upon that idea of being in a flow state. Begin to deepen your breath. And for the remainder of this class, let your world begin and end between the four corners of your mat. No distractions. Rolling your way forwards, find that tabletop position again. Feel your fingertips and palms drilling down into the floor, and then inhale, drop the belly, roll the shoulders down the spine, lift the chest. Draw the low belly in. Exhale, press the floor away. And we're going to pause all the way up in our cat back just to draw the belly in a little bit more. Inhale, drop and roll the shoulders. Exhale, press everything away. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Return the body to a neutral spine. And then we're going to tuck the toes under and rise up into a downward facing dog. Just take a second to kind of meet your body, noticing any kind of unusual tightness or usual tightness. And then just walk the feet in towards the hands. We're going to come into a ragdoll forward fold here. So you can reach for your elbows and just let the crown of the head feel nice and heavy. And actually allow yourself to feel the weight of the upper body hanging down. From here, let's take a nice deep bend in the knees, coming into Utkatasana or chair pose of a wider variety. So feet are still about hip distance apart. And then just sink down all the way to the tail. Don't worry about being graceful. And then we're just going to come into Baddha Konasana. So interlace the hands around the toes. And then exhale, sink back. Find some opening in the back through the shoulders. Maybe dropping the chin down towards the chest. Inhale, pull your way forwards, elbows push out to the sides, and we're trying to find an elongated spine here, so drawing up and out through the crown of the head. Inhale, exhale, sink back. 2 more like this. Inhale, pull forwards. And then exhale, double the length of this exhale. See if you can make it nice and long. Beautiful. And then you can keep that pace the same, or you can add a little bit of a quicker pace in here. So we're just oscillating between these 2 poses. Just finding what you need before we really get into the actual repetitive movement. Take a few more moments, or if you're about done with that, then make your way to a downward facing dog. We're going to take about 10 breaths in our down dog, so there's no rush to get there. And once you do make it to your downward facing dog, press into the whole palm. So there should be almost no air pockets rather. We're trying to compress the area between the low belly and the thighs. So maybe that requires a little bend in the knees. It's very normal if it does. It's even good. Trying to shine the back of your legs open, almost like little suns in the backs of the knees and the sit bones. And then elongate the neck. Press the floor away from you. Your shoulders might be starting to say hello. And then, when you're ready, let's inhale the right leg up nice and high, three-legged dog. Exhale, begin to bend that top knee, look under your left armpit, and then maybe take some circles with the ankle. And then go ahead and open up into a wild thing, reaching the right arm up towards the sky, or maybe the bicep comes by the right ear, shining the heart open. And then exhale as you bring the right palm back down, and then work your way into a three-legged plank. So left foot is down, right leg is lifted, core is engaged. Shift the weight forwards, bend the elbows, chaturanga, 3 legs. Drop the right foot down, and inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Not quite done yet. Inhale, right leg, same leg lifts. And then exhale, pull forwards, nose to knee. Try to compress through the belly as you pull forwards. Draw the knee in as close as you can to the chest. Shifting the weight forwards, forwards, forwards. Drop the right foot in between the hands. Rise up, crescent lunge. Inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, bow your way forward. So we're coming high on the back toes here. We're reaching out through the fingers, through the crown of the head. Then from here, bring your right hand down to the inside of the right foot. Flatten your back foot, and then see if you can grow or work your way directly into triangle pose. So a bit of a new transition for us. Pulling the shoulders away from the ears, and then looking up at the top arm. Few moments here. Try to pull your front calf towards your front shin. And then rise up, squeezing the legs towards each other as you rise. Take a little back arch here. Inhale. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down. We're coming into a low lunge, dropping the back knee on the ground. Inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, shift the hips back, Ardha Manasana, half split. Chest falls forwards. From here, begin to press the right toes down. Shift your weight back to that low lunge, curl the back toes under. From here, shift your weight forwards, float the back toes up, standing split. When you're ready, begin to lower that left leg. You're going to step it down all the way to the outer edge of the mat, and then step your right foot out to the outer edge. Sink the hips down, sinking into Malasana. Try to keep your toes mostly facing the front of the mat. So a little bit of external rotation is encouraged, but only when you kind of need it at the end. So we're mostly trying to keep the feet facing forwards. And then from here, biceps come up by the ears. We're going to rise up slow for 4, drilling down with the heels. 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Toes turn directly forwards. Heels are out. So we're just lining up the feet really with the outer edge of the mat here. And then exhale as you lean your way forwards, coming into a wide leg forward fold. Begin to bend the knees. And we're going to try to snuggle the shoulders under the legs. So you might have to kind of walk the feet in a little bit closer. And then once you're there, hands come down on the ground, just behind the heels. So thumbs are just kind of, we'll say 2 inches behind the heels. And then we sink the hips down. We're going to try to cross the feet here in this little arm balance. Holding here for 3 or 2 and 1. Release the feet. Make your way back up to that wide leg forward fold, and then step back, downward facing dog. Couple breaths here. When you're ready, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, bend the top knee. Maybe you want to take some circles with the ankle. Try to draw that left rib down, left rib cage down. Begin to shift your weight, coming into Wild Thing on the other side. Left bicep can be up by the left ear, or maybe it's up towards the sky. Breathing here. Feeling wide open through the chest. And then circle your left hand down. Begin to swing your left leg all the way up and back to 3-legged dog. From here, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, lower down, 3-limbed chaturanga. Both toes down on the mat now. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Not quite done yet. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, pull forwards, nose to knee, nice and slow. Lots of compression in the belly. Pulling the knee in close to the chest, and then stepping it down between the legs. We rise up, crescent lunge. Inhaling here. Exhale, lean the upper body forwards, reaching nice and long with the fingers. Like you're holding a great big beach ball in front of you. We're high on the back toes. Left hand comes to the inside of left leg. Back foot flattens. And then we work our way into Trikonasana. Breathing here. When you're ready, squeeze those inner thighs, rise all the way up, take a little back arch, and then exhale as we frame the foot, drop the back knee, and inhale into a low lunge. Vinyasa. Exhale, crawl your way back, Ardha Hanumanasana. Pulling the left hip crease back, dropping the forehead down towards the shin. And when you feel ready, crawl your way back forwards, curling those back toes under. Let's shift the weight forwards, rising up into a standing split. Let the neck be nice and long. And then when you're ready, drop the right foot, outer edge of the right mat. The right mat, your mat. And then sink those hips down, going into Malasana. From here, biceps up by the ears, rise up nice and slow for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. From here, exhale, forward fold. And we'll try to find that arm balance again. So you might have to wiggle your feet in a little bit closer. Snuggle the shoulders kind of under the knees. And then sink back. Crossing the feet here. Holding for 4, 3. Don't worry if it doesn't go well. You have 2 more tries. 2 and 1. Unwind. Set yourself back up to stand. And then step back. Downward facing dog. Nice work. These next 2 cycles, so right and left, will be a little bit quicker. When you're ready, inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bend the top knee. Open up for Wild Thing, lifting, opening the chest. And then exhale, roll your way back, high plank. 3-limbed chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Right leg lifts up again. Exhale, pull forwards, nose to knee. Lots of compression, floating your way up to the top of the mat. Rise up, crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, bow forwards, high on the back toes. Inhale as you rise up into your triangle pose. And then exhale as you squeeze and rise up nice and strong. Inhale, exalt here. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Bend
And drop the back knee. Inhale, lift the chest, low lunge. Exhale, flow back, half split. Inhale as you power up, pushing forwards, rising into that standing split. And then exhale as you set your feet nice and wide and sink down for Malasana. Biceps come up by the ears, rise up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale at the top. Exhale, make your way nice and slow down to that forward fold. Wiggle your shoulders under. Option to try for firefly pose this time if you want. Instead of crossing the feet, you can work those legs towards straight for 3, for 2, and 1. Set yourself back up. And then work your way back downward facing dog. Let's take a vinyasa in between. Roll forwards, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Nice work. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, pull forwards. Bend the top knee. And then begin to open your way up for your wild thing, lifting the chest. And then when you're ready, exhale, roll your way, high plank. Straightening the back leg, and then 3-limbed vinyasa here. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Now we go forwards. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, nose to knee. Lots of compression through the belly. Drop the foot in between the hands. Rise up, crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale as you bow forwards, coming high on those back toes. And then we slowly maneuver into our triangle pose. Gaze goes up towards the top arm. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, back arch. Inhale as you cartwheel the hands forwards. Exhale as you sink into that low lunge. Inhale, crawl your way back, half split. Exhale, sink into your half split. Inhale, crawl your way, power your way forwards into that standing split. And then exhale, feet go nice and wide. Sink the hips down, Malasana squat. Biceps by the ears, we rise up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips come forwards at the top of the mat. Sink back down. 4, 3. A little extra this time. 2, 1. Work the knees towards straight or straight-ish as you set up for your last arm balance here. Legs can work towards straight or they can be bent for 3, 2, 1. Shift your weight back forwards, forward fold. Step back, high plank. Your last vinyasa, exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. If jump through is in your practice, you can take it now. I'm going to try it. I haven't done this in a couple months. Oh, did not go so well, but that's okay. When you're ready, work your way down onto your back. And then we will take a twist. Right knee draws into the chest. Feeling the heart rate starting to come down. Using the breath to regulate the body here. And then with that right knee drawn into the chest, just guide it over into a twist of your choosing. When we are doing poses and sequences like this that get us kind of moving quickly and maybe sweating a touch and breathing, we're actually just training our bodies to handle stress. We're training our minds to handle stress. And we're learning how to regulate our nervous system as we do it. So nice work today. You're literally training for life as you practice yoga on your mat. Roll your way back to the center. Draw your left knee into the chest. Right leg extends down long. I will not be cropping that out. We are okay with making mistakes. We are all human. And then cross over. Find yourself in the other side, whatever version of this twist you took on the other side. When you are ready, roll back onto your back. And you can settle in for Savasana with any props you like, any setup that you want. And just begin to allow yourself to fully release into the mat. Nothing else is required of you here. You can relax your face and your jaw and let the eyelids feel heavy. You can find that balance between yin and yang here. We just worked, so we channeled yang, and now we're channeling yin. Slow, deep, cooling are all qualities that come to mind when we speak about yin. If you have more time to rest today, please take it. If not, I invite you to close your practice with me, possibly coming up to a seated position. I'll take one last breath together. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. The highest in me bows to the highest in each and every one of you. Thank you for practicing with me today. I can't wait to see you again. Namaste. Talk soon.